Hey, my Whip It Like Butter family. Oh, welcome to another episode. It's your girl Ashley. If we haven't met already, we do all things pound cake over here. And lately, we've been stepping it up and making mile high pound cakes. So, you know, I got a new one for y'all today. Yes, child, buttermilk pound cake. Y'all don't sleep on buttermilk. Don't think that it's sour or anything like that because when you put it in a pound cake, it makes the cake so moist, so flavorful. You just gotta make sure that you use enough sugar. And if you don't like too much sugar, you know, you can always alter your sugar. So I'm gonna show y'all how I make this, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna show y'all how we do it. Let's go. All right, we start off with whipping that butter. So we're adding 4 sticks of butter because y'all, this is a mile high pound cake, and we're gonna get to mixing that, and we're gonna slowly add in our sugar. So for those who don't know what a mile high pound cake is, it gets its name because it is a very large and tall pound cake, a little bit larger than the average pound cake. It includes 4 cups of flour, 4 cups of sugar, 4 sticks of butter, and 10 eggs at its base. Of course, you can add other additions like we're adding buttermilk to this one, but that is the base of the Mile High Pound Cake. So, we whip our butter and our sugar together for about 5 minutes until it's nice and fluffy, light and fluffy, and then we scrape down the sides of our bowl and then we start adding in our next ingredients, which in this case will be our extracts. So we're adding in our almond and we're adding in vanilla bean paste this time. I really like that. You can use vanilla extract or you can use whatever your favorite extracts are, but I think it just adds like a different type of pizzazz to your recipe, especially like with something like buttermilk and like almond together. I really enjoy it. So we whipping it, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in our 10 eggs. Our 10 eggs are again at room temperature. We're just gonna add them in one at a time until all of them are incorporated into the batter. Now, I always speed up my videos, so I'm no way near adding my eggs with the mixer running this high. I keep my egg mixer at no higher than a 2 when I'm adding in just regular ingredients like this, even sometimes at a 1. I just really take my time. Okay, that's how you prevent your batter from over mixing. And so we're going to alternate our flour with our buttermilk. So flour, and then we're going to come in with our room temperature buttermilk. I like to add into a measuring cup just because it's easy to measure, and then it's also easy to pour, and so you don't have all that spillage. All right, and you just go back and forth, twos, threes, fours, however, just as long as you what? Y'all been with me long enough. We start with the flour and we end with the flour. And we went ahead and added baking powder and salt into our flour. All right, so we don't have to add it separately or do any extra steps or anything like that. And I use pre-sifted flour. I really enjoy it. I just, measure out my flour, fluff it up a little bit, and go. You can choose to sift it if you like. Some people like to create a finer crumb. I like more of a dense pound cake. I love that clean cut, and I just like the taste. I do like, a less dense. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm in the mood for, and that's when I may use cake flour instead of all-purpose flour. But all-purpose flour is my go-to. So we're going to finish up the last part by hand by mixing it together. Make sure we get all that at the bottom and everything like that before we add it into our pan. Now, you will need an 18-cup bundt pan. You can find one in my store. When you look it up, it will say it's an Angel Food Cake pan. And it is, but this is what we use. It's 18 cups, and it's perfect for my high pound cakes. So we gotta spray the hell out that pan. Sprayed it real good, foamed up a little bit, so I came in with my brush. It's cool. We gotta make sure we get into the creases and the crevices of that pan anyway, so we don't have any sticking going on. All right, and once you've done with that, go ahead and lay your batter in that pan. Some people have I've been seeing lately saying that they have like a hole in the middle of their cake, or it's like coming out uneven. Just want to remind you all, this is why I lay my batter down like this. So I lay my first layer, then I lay another layer. There may be another way that you all may see it can be done, and let me know in the comments. But this has really worked for me because I did have that issue before, and since I use this method, I don't have that problem with my pound cakes anymore. So our oven, of course, is already preheated. Use the cold oven method too. My first Mile High was with the cold oven method, but I've since gone back to mainly preheated. but preheated our oven to 325 degrees. We're going to pop this baby in the oven and we're going to bake it for at minimum an hour and a half. Now your oven may be different. Make sure you check at the hour and 15-minute mark. And if it's not done, of course, keep baking it. And if it's not done at the hour and 30-minute mark, it's okay. Let it cook a little longer until it's done. So we did a little tap, tap, tap. It's done. We let it cool for 20 minutes and we're going to go ahead and flip it over. I always say all my cakes cool for 20 minutes. If you want to do it 10 minutes, whatever, a little longer, that's up to you. Find your sweet spot because our sweet spots are all different. Okay, so we're going to make our powdered sugar glaze. And so we're using the same extracts and vanilla bean paste, extract and vanilla bean paste, almond and vanilla. And I already had our powdered sugar in here, as you can see. We're going to slowly add it in our milk. I added too much, so I had to fix it. So you all have specific measurements. That's why I always say add in your milk slowly, because if you put too much in, then you got to fix it like me. It was real easy, for me. Just added more powdered sugar until I came to the correct consistency. So that's what you can do if that happens to you. And once again, with the measuring cup, y'all, I really love that for liquids. And just, put your glaze on there however you want to. I did this like twice because like the first time I did it, it became like a little translucent and I wanted it a little bit darker. It's not going to look like that. It's when it sets, it's going to look like this. And it's got that nice little crusty top because I didn't flip it back over. So, don't think it's going to be like that nice little wet look the entire afterwards. But I still loved it. It was very delicious. It really complimented the cake. You see that nice little slice? So let's go ahead and get into our taste test, okay? Okay, y'all. So I already know it's gonna be good because buttermilk is just always busting. And for those lemon lovers, adding a little bit of lemon, making this a lemon buttermilk pound cake, will make this cake even better. Man. Now I'm gonna get fancy with that icing and add cream cheese to it and all that. It's perfect just the way it is. And y'all see I left this cake bottom side up or top side up, however you want to say it, with the crusty top up. And you can't hear it, but it's real crusty, y'all. Get a little bit here. Just the cake is good. This cake is great with no glaze at all, but y'all know I'm a glaze girl. It's something about that extra little pizzazz on top of the cake, just complements it and stuff like that. But this cake is really good all by itself without anything extra. If you want, like, make it a little more decorative, you can flip it or you can leave it how it is and add powdered sugar, and that's a good way to dress it up as well. And maybe you put in a nice big cake plate and put some berries and stuff around it. Great cake for the upcoming holidays and also the fall season, okay? So y'all make sure y'all get into the description box and get the recipe, and I'll also pin it to the comments. So thank y'all so much for y'all support, and I'll catch you next time over here at Whip It Like Butter. Bye.